All right, so we have an update of how things are going in the cottage garden. And as you can see, tomatoes are full bloom, putting out fruit. Really need to get to the point now where I'm actually being consistent about my watering, because this is the point now where if you have uneven watering, make sure, it's going to cause things like blossom end rot, which is a brown rotten spot on the end of the fruit. And you can see that we're starting to produce some nice fruit here. So I've been asked a number of times, can you grow in containers tomatoes, and do they grow as well as tomatoes in an actual raised bed or in a garden itself? And the answer is, look, here's a look at the tomatoes that are growing in containers, okay? Now, I do know how to make a mix that's going to be successful. But again, it depends upon the tomato. Some do really well in containers, and some don't. But if you look over here at, so here's some of the tomatoes here. These are some of the same varieties of tomatoes here that I'm planting over in the garden beds. And you can see that in the garden beds, for the most part, the plants are just a whole lot more lush. Now, there's a really good explanation for that. These beds, I've been working on the soil in these beds for 10 years, and it's just top quality. And the roots have a little bit of room to stretch. Now, what I did wrong here, especially over here, you can see, is I just planted things too close together. These tomatoes, there's a lot of touching leaf in here. And as the summer gets on, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, probably because you want to have good air circulation through here. But you can see there's all kinds of tomato blossoms on here. Come in and give these tomatoes blossoms a little bit of shake and kind of tap them like this. That helps with the pollination if you have the time to do something like that. So yeah, look, my tomatoes are doing great regardless of where they are. But there's a little bit of an advantage for some varieties when you plant them in a bed, as opposed to if you have good. Now look, we got a little caterpillar action going on here. Something's got a hold of these, so I'll have to hit them with some neem oil. So we definitely don't want that to spread. But in this particular group right here, here's my mountain merits. Now my mountain merits, I love my mountain merits. They're not producing a whole lot of fruit just yet. They will. They're pretty reliable. But take a look at this guy over here. Okay, this is Golden Bison. Golden Bison is a yellow variety, and I am already just loving what I'm seeing. I really need to look at them, make sure that we don't have any blossom end rot stopping on the bottom of them. But the Golden Bison is one I've never grown before. I'm really excited about it. Get down here, we got some more. Here's Invincible. Invincible is a Roma tomato. They look like they're doing really well as well. And then you get over here and you see I'm planting a variety here called Siberia, which is an early producer. And just look at this. This tomato is loaded. Now the big strategy that I have is to water these in a way and make sure they get the right nutrients so that they are not getting blossom end rot and all of this fruit goes to waste. The early girls are doing great. I accidentally planted them here forgetting that they were an indeterminate variety. Then you get over here, I want to show you this rich soil. These are mountain merits. These are 4 feet tall already that are growing in a bed with my good soil, as opposed to the ones that were growing over in the containers and that were much shorter. So look, you can grow tomatoes in containers. My tomatoes in containers are doing great. But you're going to have a little bit of an edge on some varieties when you grow them in a bed. But look, I'll share with which ones grow really well in containers. My stinkers down here on the end, Glacier. Glacier's putting on some decent tomatoes. They are an early variety with very poor disease resistance. I knew that. I was hoping they'd put the fruit on before the diseases come. But they're stinkers for so far. I mean, you can see these plants are completely stunted here. So I will not plant those again. But hey, it's all about research in the cottage garden, and so I'm glad that I got a chance to find out so I can share it with people. They may do really great in the fall. I may try them again in the fall so that they're actually going into a cooler season and we'll see how they do. I was really worried about my cherry tomatoes at first because they just did not look like they were going to be going well. But they've recovered. The seedlings for all of my cherry tomatoes, for some reason, just got really stunted. I don't know if it was I had a bad batch of grow mix for them or not. But this is something called an apple yellow here, and it looks like it is just ready to take off. So I'm psyched about that. Now you can see this one right here is starting to get a little bit of a leaf curl on it. Now this is a mountain merit, and right next to it is a mountain merit. So it's not really the variety. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know, it's hard to tell. You can have two plants going right next to each other, and they just suffer different things. So, yep, the horseflies are out. And finally, here's another variety that I'm really excited about called Tachi. Tachi is also a plum or Roma tomato. I have heard that they will just put on tomatoes through the heat. Super excited about that. Super excited about these Invincibles. Same kind of thing. They will supposedly put on heat through the summer, which is something we definitely need here, and I'm excited about that. And Bella Rosa, heard some great things about Bella Rosa, and look, they're just killing it. So yeah, things are going great, and I hope yours are doing just as well. The potatoes here are starting to wind down a little bit, but we'll do more about those at a different time.